Welcome back to the channel, and Manchester United have just knocked out Arsenal in the FA Cup. Arsenal season's over. Arteta out is all you're going to hear on AFTV tonight, and United draw Leicester in the next round of the FA Cup. But let's talk about that performance, because that was a movie. That was a game that had so much drama, tension, frustration, passion. Everything about that game was box office, in my opinion, and we just need to talk about the disgraceful decisions that happened in today's game with the referee. But justice was served. If anyone who's watching this video believes in karma, that is a true definition of karma. Arsenal cheating, the ref buying their lies, and United still end up like true champions, pull out and down to 10 men, and we get the job done and we get the win. I mean, we just need to talk first of all. I mean, I'm going to put it on the screen now, but I made a tweet halfway through the game that Bayindir should never play for Manchester United again. If I had a hat, I'd take my hat off to him, because I apologise, Bayindir, because you redeemed yourself completely. I thought the goal against for Arsenal in open play, it was a terrible bit of goalkeeping, and after the Spurs performance, I just thought that it was poor, because that was practically Arsenal's first shot on target and it goes in. So I was really frustrated, because obviously it had just been sent off, emotions were high, but Bayindir saving the Odegaard penalty, saving another penalty in the shootout for Kai Havertz. It was just, and not even just the countless other brilliant saves he made, the crosses, the claims, everything about Bayindir today was box office. It was like David De Gea at the Emirates. You all remember that classic game where he made like 14 saves in a single game. The spirit of David De Gea was in Altay Bayindir tonight. And I think we've got to generally have a good conversation on, could Andre Onana have done that? Because Bayindir, in his post-match interview when he was awarded man of the match, which for me completely deserved, he had that passion, he had that knowledge, and he looked like a United player, and he knew what it meant to wear the badge, and he knew what he did tonight, he knew what he accomplished. That, for me, for what that Bayindir performance is what a Manchester United player is all about. And it's not just Bayindir. There were so many players today that held their heads way above everyone else. The players who stood out for me: Bruno Fernandes, Harry Maguire, De Ligt with that vital interception where he booted it over the bar. I don't think I've already said Harry Maguire, but Bruno Fernandes and Garte, just the starting players were just mwah, chef's kiss. They were absolutely brilliant. And I know I've already spoke about Bayindir, but I need to talk about Ruben Amorim as well, because let's be honest, Bayindir did not have a good game against the likes of Spurs when we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, and I thought he was never going to play for us again. But you know, Ruben Amorim trusted him. Ruben Amorim had a masterclass by dropping Andre Onana and giving Bayindir another chance, and Bayindir succeeded and he achieved. And that's what I love, that Amorim's willing to give second chances if a player isn't good, because Bruno Fernandes said it in the post-match interview as well, that Bayindir is always there for the players, he's always there for him in training, he's a top keeper and a top player. And you know what, I think we've just seen it, because that is great for us to know that if Andre Onana Andre Onana is always inconsistent. You don't know what day you're going to get with him. But we've got a solid number two. This could be sort of like the regen of David De Gea and Romero's situation where we have two top keepers. I mean, I'm not comparing Andre Onana to David De Gea. Andre Onana still needs to prove himself. But Bayindir being a solid number two, you could compare him to Romero maybe, because Romero always stepped up when he was asked to, and that's what Bayindir could be for us. But as well, Bruno Fernandes, I mean, that got for his goal, the build-up play was just brilliant. And what I loved about this game is that United weren't attacking dominant. We weren't, even when we had 11 men. You know, United were, let's say, a bit all over the place at times, but defensively solid, brilliant in the midfield, and we broke on the counter quite a few times. And that goal, Garnacho with a beautiful assist, Bruno Fernandes with an amazing finish. That was just a brilliant craftsmanship of goal, and just a brilliant bit of open play in my opinion. But we've seen it now. We drew against Liverpool, we drew against Arsenal but won on penalties. Now we've got Southampton on Thursday. This is the true test. We've now gone back-to-back 2 performances against Liverpool and Arsenal, and it's been a very equal and fair game in my opinion. Now you've got a team at Southampton, which we should be thrashing anyway, the bottom of the Premier League. But let's show, well, obviously I'll be going to the game because it's at Old Trafford. But going to that game, you want to see a convincing and dominating performance, because we've shown now we can attack and defend against the big boys. Now we need to dominate when it's expected of us, and obviously in a game like against Southampton, you expect to dominate. We won 3-0 last time at St Mary's, and on Thursday night you expect to dominate them at Old Trafford in my opinion. But I think Amorim is starting to know what his strongest team is now. I mean, you could see a bit of rotation tonight. Obviously, Alejandro Garnacho starting, Bayindir also starting. But I think we need to start talking about Rasmus Højlund as well, because it was good for that goal for Bruno Fernandes. He took Timber away and moved him out of place. Obviously, it was a good bit of movement from the striker. But at the same time, Xerxes got the winning penalty. Xerxes stepped up when it matters. Xerxes spun Saliba like he was a National League defender. Xerxes is coming into his own. And I'm so happy that after that axing off against Newcastle and all the rumours that was going on at the start of January, that he was going to be leaving Manchester United and going out on loan to Italy. Not being funny, he's fought for his place. And I generally wouldn't be annoyed if Xerxes starts over Rasmus Højlund, because right now Xerxes doing it when it matters, and Højlund really isn't making an impact at the moment. And both players have got time to develop, and both players are questionable if they have enough quality, but they are still relatively young. Xerxes is only 23, Rasmus is only 21, and I'm willing to give him time. But I do think United need that killer up front. I do think we need that senior striker, in my opinion, and whichever one goes, I think is determined at the end of the season, whether it's Højlund not being good enough or Xerxes. So we'll have to see, but definitely for Southampton, I'd start Xerxes, playing with his back to goal and seeing how it goes, because with the link-up play as well and technical ability of Xerxes, you'll need that, because Southampton will no doubt play a low block and set up for the counter-attack. United will have the majority of the possession, will play the high line, so you'll need a player like Xerxes who can hold up the play, and you'll need a player like Xerxes who's very technical in them tight spaces. So we'll have to see how it goes, but I'm over the moon with that performance. Arteta out is definitely going to be the headlines on AFTV, but what a performance it was. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and the cup holders in Manchester United are up to round 4. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.